the twin flames relationship is a cosmic bond that unfolds in forms beyond traditional understanding. One of the primary dynamics in this cosmic game is the interaction between the runner and the chaser. In this dynamic, the chaser persistently seeks unification, while the runner, overwhelmed by the intensity of the connection, seeks solace in distance. But what happens when the chaser decides to stop their pursuit? Let's explore the profound changes and emotions that arise when the chaser stops their pursuit by delving deeper into the experience of the twin flame runner. In the dance of twin flames, the runner often finds themselves overwhelmed by the depth and intensity of the connection. The chaser, embodying relentless pursuit, mirrors the profound bond back to the runner, compelling them to confront feelings they may not be ready to face. When the chaser steps back, ceasing the pursuit, it is as if the music abruptly stops, leaving the runner alone on the dance floor. This moment of stillness brings forth a cascade of emotions and realizations, revealing the true nature of the runner's inner world. In their relentless pursuit, the chaser serves as a mirror, reflecting the depth of connection back to the runner. This mirroring effect creates a dynamic where the runner is constantly reminded of the profound bond that exists between them and the chaser. The chaser's pursuit acts as a continuous affirmation of the connection's significance, compelling the runner to confront emotions they may not be ready to acknowledge. But when the chaser stops, it's like shattering the mirror, disrupting the usual patterns of the relationship. The sudden silence causes confusion and forces the runner to face the reality of their feelings and the significance of the connection. A deep sense of loss and disorientation envelops the runner as the chase suddenly stops. The lack of pursuit leaves them alone, faced with the task of navigating the uncharted territories of their emotions. It is as if they are adrift in an ocean without a compass, searching for meaning in the quietude left behind by the chaser's absence. This silence, once filled with the echoes of pursuit and connection, now becomes a vast, empty expanse where the runner must confront the reality of their feelings. The runner, now bereft of the familiar chase, must grapple with their newfound solitude and the echoes of a connection they can no longer deny. This solitude is not merely physical, but deeply emotional and spiritual. It forces the runner to look inward, to question their feelings, and to confront the fears and uncertainties they have been avoiding. The sudden silence acts as a powerful catalyst for introspection, compelling the runner to face the reality of their emotions and the true significance of their connection. In this state of disorientation, the runner begins to understand the profound impact of the chaser's presence in their life. The constant pursuit was not just a dynamic of the relationship, but a crucial element that provided a sense of direction and purpose. Without it, the runner is left to navigate their inner world, seeking understanding and clarity. This period of silence and introspection, though challenging, becomes an essential part of the runner's journey towards self-discovery and growth. Through this process, the runner starts to realize the true depth of their feelings and the significance of the connection. The shattered mirror of silence though initially disorienting, becomes a powerful tool for self-reflection and understanding. The runner learns to navigate their emotions with greater clarity and insight, ultimately leading them towards a deeper understanding of themselves and their connection with the chaser. This journey through the silence is not just about facing their fears, but embracing the true nature of their bond, paving the way for a more profound and harmonious reunion. For the twin flame runner, the cessation of the chase can trigger deep fears of abandonment. The relentless pursuit by the chaser often provides a sense of security for the runner. The constant presence of the chaser, with their unwavering pursuit, acts as a safety net, creating an environment where the runner feels assured that despite their attempts to flee, they are never truly alone. This pursuit validates the runner's significance and the strength of the connection, even if the runner is not ready to fully embrace it. However, when the chaser decides to retreat, the runner may face feelings of isolation and vulnerability, exacerbating unresolved abandonment issues. The once comforting presence of the chaser is now a gaping void, leaving the runner to confront the raw reality of their fears. This sudden absence can feel like the ground beneath them has disappeared, plunging them into an abyss of emotional uncertainty. The fear of being alone with their thoughts and emotions can be overwhelming. The runner is forced to confront the depth of their fears, realizing that the chase provided a distraction from their inner turmoil. This leads to questions about the basis of the connection and their ability to cope with the journey without the constant presence of the chaser. The runner might find themselves questioning the authenticity of the bond, wondering if the connection was ever real or merely a figment of their imagination. This period of abandonment can trigger a profound sense of vulnerability. The runner may feel exposed and defenseless, struggling to navigate the emotional storm that follows the chaser's retreat. The safety net is gone, and the runner must learn to stand on their own, facing the daunting task of self-soothing and emotional regulation. This newfound vulnerability can be both terrifying and transformative, pushing the runner to develop a deeper understanding of their own emotional landscape. The isolation that accompanies the chaser's absence forces the runner to confront their fears head-on. They must delve into the depths of their psyche, unearthing unresolved issues and confronting the shadowy parts of their soul. This journey into the abyss is not merely about facing abandonment, but about understanding the root causes of their fears and insecurities. It is a journey of self-discovery, where the runner learns to navigate the complexities of their emotions with greater insight and resilience. Through this process, the runner begins to realize that their fears of abandonment are not just about the chaser, but about their own unresolved issues. The chaser's retreat becomes a mirror, reflecting the runner's inner world and forcing them to confront the parts of themselves they have long avoided. This period of isolation and introspection, though painful, becomes a crucial step towards healing and growth. In the end, the abyss of abandonment transforms into a powerful catalyst for self-awareness and personal growth. The runner learns to face their fears with courage and resilience, developing a deeper understanding of themselves and their connection with the chaser. This journey through the darkness of abandonment is not just about surviving, but about emerging stronger and more self-aware, ready to embrace the true nature of their twin flame connection with renewed clarity and purpose. The chaser's decision to stop the chase becomes the catalyst that forces the runner to face inner storms they may have been avoiding. The dance of pursuit and escape can be a distraction from dealing with unresolved issues and deep fears. When the chaser retreats, the runner is left with the harsh reality of their emotional landscape. Facing inner storms can be frightening. These storms are composed of unresolved traumas, unacknowledged fears, and deeply buried insecurities. Without the distraction of the chase, the runner is forced to confront these internal conflicts head-on. It requires the runner to delve into the shadows of their psyche to understand what is going on inside them. The familiar patterns of avoidance and denial no longer suffice, as the emotional tempest rages unchecked. In this tumultuous state, the runner may feel as though they are being torn apart by the force of their own emotions. The internal conflict is intense as they grapple with the duality of their feelings, the desire to flee, and the deep, undeniable connection with the chaser. This inner turmoil can be exhausting, leaving the runner feeling vulnerable and exposed. However, this period of emotional upheaval is also a time of profound transformation. The runner is given the opportunity to confront their inner demons, to understand the root causes of their fears and insecurities. This confrontation, though painful, is a necessary step towards healing and self-awareness. It allows the runner to shed the layers of pretense and denial, revealing their true self. As the runner navigates these inner storms, they begin to gain clarity and insight. The chaotic emotions start to settle, giving way to a deeper understanding of their own inner world. The runner learns to navigate their emotional landscape with greater resilience and strength. This journey through the storm is not just about survival, but about growth and transformation. Through this process, the runner begins to see the connection with the chaser in a new light. The inner storms, once a source of fear and avoidance, become a catalyst for self-discovery and healing. The runner learns to embrace their emotions, to understand their fears, and to navigate their inner world with greater wisdom and insight. When the chaser stops, it becomes an important call for the twin flame runner to engage in deep self-reflection. The mirrored dance of pursuit and escape is broken, and the runner is left in a space where they must explore their desires, fears, and the authenticity of their connection. The stillness of the chase provides the runner with a rare opportunity to look inward, reevaluate their priorities, and gain clarity on their path. During this period, the runner may begin to question the very foundation of their identity and connection. The cessation of the chase forces them to confront the aspects of themselves that have been overshadowed by the constant dynamic of pursuit and evasion. They are called to examine their deepest desires and fears, to unravel the complexities of their emotions, and to understand the true nature of their bond with the chaser. As the runner delves deeper into self-reflection, they may encounter profound realizations about their life and their connection with the chaser. They start to see patterns and behaviors that were previously hidden, understanding how these have influenced their journey. This awareness allows them to break free from old habits and embrace new ways of being that align more closely with their true self. This introspective journey is also a time of healing. The runner begins to address unresolved issues and wounds that have been buried beneath the surface. They learn to forgive themselves and others, releasing the burdens of the past and opening their heart to new possibilities. This healing process is essential for their growth, enabling them to move forward with greater resilience and wisdom. Through this crucible of self-reflection, the runner gains a deeper understanding of their connection with the chaser. They start to see the twin flame relationship not as a source of conflict and confusion, but as a mirror reflecting their own inner world. This realization brings a sense of peace and acceptance, allowing them to embrace their journey with greater clarity and purpose. The period of self-reflection also leads to a reevaluation of the runner's priorities and goals. They begin to align their actions and decisions with their true desires, rather than reacting out of fear or avoidance. This alignment creates a sense of coherence and harmony within their life, paving the way for a more balanced and fulfilling journey. When the chaser retreats, there is a profound shift in the energy dynamics between the twin flames. The absence of pursuit can awaken a deep sense of longing within the runner, prompting them to reevaluate the importance of the connection. The chaser's decision to stop the chase can act as a catalyst for the runner, sparking a realization of the depth of their emotions and the true nature of their bond. The longing within the runner becomes a powerful force, drawing them back into the dance with a new realization. This deep yearning is not just an emotional response, but a soul-level recognition of the importance and irreplaceability of the connection. The runner begins to feel the absence of the chaser acutely, as if a vital part of their own being is missing. This realization often brings clarity, revealing the true depth of their feelings and the profound significance of their twin flame bond. In this state, the runner starts to understand that the connection with the chaser is not something that can be easily forgotten or dismissed. The feelings that surface are intense and undeniable, compelling the runner to confront the truth of their emotions. The longing becomes a bridge, connecting the runner to the deeper parts of themselves and to the chaser in a way that transcends physical distance. The lack of pursuit also allows the runner to see the chaser in a new light. They begin to appreciate the chaser's patience, persistence, and the unconditional nature of their love. This realization fosters a deep sense of gratitude and respect, further strengthening the bond between them. The runner starts to recognize the sacrifices and efforts made by the chaser, understanding the true depth of their dedication. As the runner navigates this awakening, they may experience a range of emotions, from sorrow and regret for the time lost to joy and hope for the future. This emotional spectrum is a testament to the transformative power of the twin flame connection. The runner learns to embrace these emotions, allowing them to guide their actions and decisions moving forward. In the end, The awakening of longing is a pivotal moment in their journey, paving the way for a more authentic and harmonious reunion. The runner, now fully aware of the depth of their love and the importance of their twin flame bond, is ready to embrace the path towards union with a newfound sense of clarity and purpose. The journey of the twin flames is interwoven with threads of intense connection, self-discovery, and profound transformation. When the chaser stops, it triggers a series of events that forces the runner to face their deepest fears, engage in self-reflection, and awaken to the true nature of their longing. The pause in the chase becomes a pivotal moment for both partners, allowing them to reevaluate and ultimately reconnect on a path of mutual growth and understanding. The journey continues, and with each step, the twin flames move closer to the harmonious union their souls yearn for.